Welcome, boy, once again to the again to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you new chapter. That's kings, farmers, and towns, early states and economies. Now, see here, boys. This chapter is very important. Not only to study and to get marks, but also to know to understand about our lives, what we are watching, our beliefs, our practices, our ideas. Most of these have been developed during this period. That's why, boys, it's a very important to know about the contents of this chapter. See here, boys, what happened after the end of Harappan civilization 1500 years later. Several developments took place throughout the Indian subcontinent, and these were so important and that influenced the lives of the Indian people. So what developments took place? Now see here. We see agricultural settlements appeared, and there was also evidence of pastoral population, and new modes of disposal of dead came into being, such as we see the tall structure around the graveyard, that's known as a megalith. And also we see that deads were buried with wide ranges of iron tool and weapons. And apart from that, so many trends we notice. Some was very noticeable, that was emergence of early states, empires, and kingdoms. And we also see the cities appeared throughout the continent. And the thing we have to take care of it, that underlying these political processes, other changes were evident, that in what way the agricultural production was organized. And historians, they try to reconstruct the history of this period through different sources, such as text, inscriptions, coins, and visual materials. Visual materials means painting, sculptures, etc. So now see how during this period, in what way the process was started. To understand this period, all these developments, historians, how they try to reconstruct, in what way they followed the route to understand these developments. What did I mean? What did I mention? See, in this regard, the most momentous event took place in 1830s, when James Prinsep, an officer of East India Company, deciphered Brahmi and Kharosti, two important scripts mostly used in texts and also in inscriptions at that time. Most of these mentioned a king. Most of them referred a king as a Priyadashi, meaning pleasing to the beholder. And there were few inscriptions refer to the king as Ashoka, the most famous ruler of that time. Buddhist texts tell about that. And then from there, a revolutionary change took place into the approaches of the historians and archaeologists. Now this gave a new direction to the investigation of an early political history of India. And they now they try to reconstruct the lineages of the dynasties which ruled over the subcontinent. As a result, there was a broad encounter were placed during the first decades of during the 20th centuries. And now the historians, they also shifted their focus, and now they try to understand the context of the political history, and they try to examine where they also try to examine with the political developments what was the relationship between political changes, economies, and other social developments. And but they realized, they thought it was a good way to focus the on aspects of the lives of the people at that time. And they thought it was the easiest process because they got some links, but very soon they realized and they were not so simple and not so direct. This was a bigger problem before the historians, and still they try to read out the different inscriptions, different texts, and what they discovered, and they published, and through that we came to know about the earliest empires, kingdoms, and states. And then we read about the 16 Mahajanpadas. About that I will discuss in next class. Thank you.